Entitled family arrives late to restaurant, demands Wi-Fi, and insults my great-grandparent. They end up paying 20 times the price of the menu. A few years ago, when I was 17, I used to spend part of my summers helping out at my grandfather's restaurant. It was tucked away in a tiny village of just 30 people, built into the ground floor of our family home. My great-grandparents lived upstairs. It was a true family operation. My great-grandmother and grandma cooked, while my grandfather and great-grandfather served the tables. With just 8 tables inside and a couple more outside when the weather was good, it wasn't big, but it was always full of life in the summer. Locals gathered to drink, chat, and play cards, and once in a while, we'd get a few tourists passing through. The restaurant had a long history, founded back in 1941, and a solid reputation among those who knew it. I was proud to be part of something that mattered so much to the community. My brother and I were in charge of the tourists. We were the only ones who spoke anything beyond Spanish, so when foreign guests arrived, we handled their tables. The kitchen had strict hours, open from 1 to 3 p.m. and again from 7:30 to 9 p.m. We served just one menu, a starter, 2 mains, dessert, and cider or water. All for €10. One summer afternoon around 4 p.m., most of the customers had finished eating. The dining room buzzed with soft conversation and the clinking of coffee cups. My grandparents were still at the table, having their late lunch, while my brother and I kept watch over the remaining guests. Then we heard a car pull up outside, followed by the unmistakable sound of a woman speaking loudly, in English. She stormed in, followed by her husband and young son. "We would like a table," she said. X from the Y Hotel told us this was a great place to eat. "I'm sorry, ma'am," I replied politely. "The kitchen is closed right now. It's a bit late." "Yes, it's late because we got lost on these ridiculous roads. Are signs so hard to put up? And we have a hungry child." I apologized again and went to ask my grandma if there was anything we could do. She nodded, everything was already cooked and just needed to be reheated. I returned. "You're in luck. We'll be able to serve you." As I led them to their table, the woman pointed at my grandparents and snapped, "If the kitchen is closed, why are they eating?" "They're the owners," I said with a small laugh. "They can eat whenever they want." The family sat. I explained there was only one menu. They gave me a strange look but didn't complain. I brought them bread and water. They devoured the bread instantly. So far, my theory was that they were just cranky from hunger. But as soon as I served the starter, the father barked, "What's the Wi-Fi password?" "Yes," the mother added, "our little angel wants to watch some videos. We have no internet here." "I'm sorry," I said, "but the Wi-Fi is only for staff. The connection is very limited." "That's nonsense," he snapped. "We're paying customers, we deserve internet." "This would be unacceptable in America," the mother fumed. "Well, I'm sorry to inform you," I replied, "you're not in America." The woman muttered something to the child, and suddenly he took off, running around the restaurant, stomping and yelling. My great-grandfather came over, asking what was happening. I translated everything for him. He nodded, turned toward the woman, and calmly said, through me, "Please control your child, or I'll have to ask you all to leave." The woman exploded. "Don't you dare tell me how to raise my child, you dinosaur." Her husband stood up, shouting, "Don't get close to my kid, you creep." Everyone in the restaurant froze. All eyes were on them. I hesitated, then translated their words. My great-grandfather said nothing. Instead, he walked over to 2 men seated nearby, who just happened to be off-duty members of the Guardia Civil, the rural police. He asked them to escort the family out. I walked over and calmly explained that if they didn't leave, the 2 officers would remove them. They scoffed, not believing me, until the officers stood up, showed their badges, and told them, in perfect English, to get out. The tourists finally left, clearly embarrassed. But as they reached their car, the officers noticed it was illegally parked, blocking our private garage. In a clearly marked no parking zone. They asked for the rental car documents, took a few photos, and issued a €200 fine. Justice, in a quiet village, served warm and with a side of karma.